Alrighty, welcome back for another episode number 8. Happy to be here. We are recording this on June 22nd on a Monday, 3:34 p.m. I'm saying the specific date because we are at the start of the NBA offseason. Things are heating up with the rumors, with the trade possibilities, with the draft options some of these teams got. So, happy to be here with the one and only, the OG, Kev's back in the building, man. Y'all give it up for Kev.
You know what it is.
All right, we about to get straight into this. We're not about to waste y'all times, nor ours. All right. First on the list, we want to talk about the draft. All right, because I feel like the draft is obviously a super important time in the offseason, a staple in the offseason. Stars are born, new narratives are formed, and especially with this number one pick, there's a lot of moving parts with this franchise. Speaking about the Washington Wizards, they were lucky enough to get the number one pick. I think this was the year they kind of changed the format of the lottery, but they ended up getting number one. Utah's number 2. Memphis is number 3. And this rookie class coming up is supposed to be one of the best rookie classes in recent history. I feel like we say that every year, especially with last year's class doing what they did. But it's even more top-heavy this year, I feel like. So I think we can both agree that A.J. DeBonce is going to go number 1, right?
Yes.
All right. So with that being said, let's stick on the Wizards. And I want to ask you, with A.J. going number 1, and literally as of just like a half hour ago, they're going to sign Trey. They just announced that to a 4-year deal. So with a core of A.J. DeBonce, Trey Young, Anthony Davis, how serious are we taking the Washington Wizards? How far do we think that they could go next year? Do we think that they're a fringe playoff team, fringe playing team, a legitimate playoff team? What do we think?
I got Washington 6 seed playoffs. This year. I feel like they have a mix of everything. What I'm saying is they got AD playing his natural position, right? Then you got the young boy Star. He's pretty good.
Yep.
And then you add in more height with AJ, and then you add in, or you're returning Trey with experience. I feel like him and AD is going to lead the Washington Wizards to the 5th to 6th seed, and I think that's going to be a scary team to see in the playoffs, depending on how AJ plays.
I think I can agree with that. I can agree with that for sure. I definitely like them being a 6 seed, not even have to be in the play-in. I think that you look at the Wizards with the A.J. DeBonce, assuming he's going to be the number 1 pick, and you're looking at the new standard to how to build a roster damn near. I mean, a lot of people probably haven't been watching Washington Wizards games, and I don't blame them, right? And I'm not going to act like I've been the number 1 Washington Wizards fan either, but in the few games I've seen from them, especially in this year, and the leap Alex Sarr taken a bit as a scorer and just shot blocker and becoming more physical, having a guy like AD with him now, that's literally one of the scariest defensive front courts in the league. You know what I mean? 2 legitimate premier shot blockers. As we know, AD loves playing the 4. So the fact that he has another 7-footer to play with, I feel like that just naturally elevates AD's game and makes him more of an active player. He's more up for these games, game in, game out. He probably feels better about the physical toll he takes dealing with power forward instead of, traditional 5. So AD's looking forward to that. You got Trey Young, who's, if not the best, one of the best facilitators in the league. I mean, the way he can get guys buckets just off him being a threat, shooting and helping space the floor, it allows these young guys like a Trey Johnson who can shoot the crap out the ball, a guy like Keyshawn George who's a crafty player that's coming into his own, Bilal Coulibaly who's not the best shooter but great defender, and he's working on that two-way ability. Trey Young can get these guys easy looks now. So I think that the sooner they can find the rotation and figure out who's playing and who's starting in that priority, once they figure that out and they get guys to buy in, this could quickly go from a rebuild to, hey, we know we're good enough, we're trying to contend. Because you got to think about it. A guy like Trey Young, AD, guys who's been to the playoffs, played big games, there's that balance, that fine line of, yeah, we're trying to help these guys learn, but Trae Young and AD, they're young enough where they're still in that I want to win mode. You know what I mean? I want to lead my team to greatness.
Trae Young's only 27.
Trae Young's only 27. How old's AD? 33?
AD is
33.
Hold on, wait a minute. I don't even see AD.
Right there.
33 years old.
33. So AD's looking at like, yo, I got 2 more years, realistically, 3 more years of being great.
But how healthy can he be?
Right.
See, that's my thing with AD. Like, he's a great player, but he can never stay healthy. But then again, like you said, he's playing his natural position, which is the 4.
Right.
When he played the 4 in Dallas, you had spurts where he's getting 30, 12 rebounds, 4 to 5 blocks. It looks good. Not going to hold you. But my thing is, how long can he stay healthy? Now, if AD stay healthy, right, I'm going to move it from 5 to 6. They can be a solid 4 seed because defensively, they're going to be locked in. Now, if we get to Trae Young, Atlanta Trae Young, with that type of defense, it's going to be a different type of story because, like I said about Jalen Brunson, it's all about how you can fit in a team. Mm-hmm. Jalen Brunson looks amazing because he has role runners like Mikal, OG, the Cats. Yes, he's the number 1 option, but also you can't double team that man. Right? And then on top of that,
not without pain.
He looks great on defense because you got people like Mikal and OG that's going to slide their puppies to help him out. So I think that I'm not saying that Trae Young's going to be a Jalen Brunson. Let me not say that, but he is going to look good in Washington with that defense. I would say that.
Oh, yeah.
I would say that.
And have we had – can you think of a time where – a team has had a number 1 pick and they went from not making the playoffs, not coming close to making the playoffs to a top 4 seed? Like, I'm just curious trying to think about that because I'm hearing you speak and I can see it. Maybe not top 4 because I think just AD too many questions with the injury, but I can see them generally making the playoffs, whether it's through the play-in tournament or just them being a top 6 seed.
Mm-hmm.
But has there been a number 1? Because even like Cooper Flag last year, right? Like he was a guy where NBA ready, right? But the luxury of, on paper, he's getting drafted to a team with Kyrie and AD. So in our heads, we're thinking,
right? But
you know
Kyrie
what I mean?
and AD didn't really play.
Kyrie was also injured, right? And maybe we were thinking, okay, yes, we know Kyrie's injured while he's going on the team, but we were kind of thinking maybe Kyrie could come back, return at some point during the season.
Yeah.
Obviously, Dallas didn't really come close to making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron, obviously legendary number 1 pick, but he didn't really have the roster around him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to think. I don't know if that I could think of. Maybe y'all could let me know, but...
Now let me get you a rebuttal, though.
Yeah.
Has anybody get drafted? Has anybody had a talent like Washington for the first-round draft pick, though?
That's what I'm trying to say. I think that's the interesting part. I think that...
Can we say Spurs with Timmy D?
Yeah, I would have to say that, yeah. Because they ended up making the playoffs, the championship the next round. And I want to assume that
Timmy,
they made him...
Perfect
Was he a rookie?
fit, and they won.
He was a rookie then? Or that was the second year?
No, it was first year.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive. With AD at the end of his run,
I feel like Tim
with
Duncan
David
doesn't
Robinson,
get a lot of love, bro. I'm not going to hold you.
He's super underrated.
I don't feel like he don't get a lot. But that's the answer to your question. It was Tim Duncan.
Yeah. So, yeah, a guy like Tim Duncan. So, I feel like, and obviously, shout out hometown, AJ coming from this city, like, it's super dope to see that. But just, generally for the perspective of the NBA, he has a chance to do something really dope and historic.
Very special.
Contributing to a worst to first kind of situation. So I'm very looking forward to Washington. If you're a Washington fan, you got nothing but
excitement.
You know what I mean?
You have to. I mean, but then again, right? We also got to, like I said to you before, it's all about health. If AD can stay healthy, what front court is going to really be that better than them in the East? Because if you think about it, if you go 20 and 28 and whatever, 60, whatever, 55, whatever the case may be, you in the playoffs. You technically only need to win 30 games.
For what?
to make the playoffs
30 games
in the East.
Oh, maybe like 40.
You think
You-
I'm tripping?
You could go 40 and 42. 30 games? Holy shit.
How many games did Charlotte won?
At least 38.
Let's say 40.
Oh, they won 44.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
So let's say 40. What was it? Well,
40, yeah.
But look at the
I'll
East.
say 40. I'm cool with 40.
What's the East? But how far? I said 30 was a force, but like 40.
40, yeah. 40, I feel
If
you
you
know. I know
win
what you mean.
40 to 45 games, let's say
Yeah.
40 to 42 range.
Shoot, even the Warriors made the play in 37 and 45 in the West.
All right, so niggas, I wasn't that off.
Nah, you
I'm gonna say 40 though.
You wasn't lucky.
Let's say 40. They win 40 games, right?
Yeah.
Right? You get him 40 games in, and he makes the playoffs. Let's say he loses the first round.
Yeah.
Does he get smut on his name? Because a lot of people were saying, I'm just saying that because a lot of people were saying Wemby got smut on his name because he lost in 5 in the finals. Me personally, I'm not going to give him no smut on his name. He's only 22 years old.
Yeah.
He's still learning the game.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he's the best player on their team, and he's one of the youngest people on the team. They didn't have no veteran players besides Fox, and Fox isn't playoff experience.
Right. Not as much as we think, or the Spurs like to think at least.
He never made it to. He went to the playoffs once, twice.
Right. Once and lost in 7 games to Steph in 23. But I think that the smut Wemby has on his name, if there's any, only lasted for the time being. You know what I mean? I think that was more of like a post-game, post-series analysis. You know what I mean? Like, Wemby has clearly done more than enough to prove that he's a staple in this league. He's here to stay. He's already a solidified star. Yes, we can look at his gameplay, his physicality, his energy, his attitude at times. That could be questioned throughout the playoffs. The elbow, Game 4 against Minnesota, we talked about that earlier. All that could be questioned, but there's no smut. I mean, it's his first finals. The guy's 22. Like, if we're going to judge him off of that, I don't think people were judging LeBron when he lost his first finals at 22.
They did.
They did? Well,
the difference is he got swept, though.
yeah, he got swept, but I think for the moment, at least, you know, seeing what he did with Cleveland the rest of those years he was there, you know, first seed, 60-win teams. Yes, you're not making it back to the finals. Yes, over the time, you're getting looked at as not a winner. But I think that you give him the benefit of the doubt for the first year, at least, in terms of the whole team being young. You know what I mean? They weren't favored to win
That's
anyway.
what I'm saying.
So it's like,
that was a just a question. And even though I'm speaking on LeBron, like a lot of people say about KD joining the Warriors or whatever the case may be, but I felt like LeBron, he couldn't get past the Celtics, so he wanted to join with his draft class. But I feel like he gets praised for that. Like, he went to 10 straight finals, but he's playing with D-Wade and Chris Bosh and them.
right. He's picking his.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at the time, the East really wasn't tough like that. Yeah, you had a young PG. I get that. I like Paul George and the Pacers. They was a pretty good team. They could never get over the hump. I like the Jeff Teagues and Atlanta Hawks, but they was fairy tales.
Right.
They had the best record, but
New York was
that
missing a
wasn't the
star.
best team.
Yeah,
I mean, so
for sure.
it is what it is. But that's back then. How about now? I'm really excited about. Let's talk about Mr. Boozer. Like,
Right.
What are we doing? You think he's a third round? He's a third selection? What are we doing?
I think it's interesting with Cam Boozer. I mess with Duke. I like their basketball program. So a lot of the products, a lot of the players that come out of Duke, I have a lot of faith in them. In terms of developing as professionals. You know what I mean? I feel like they do a good job making these guys NBA ready. I think with Cam Boozer, he has a lot of good things to him. He has a lot of good qualities to him. Mm-hmm. Do I have a player comp for him right now? No. But in my opinion, I feel like the more skills you have, the better off you are. And Cam Boozer in this age is just a guy that it don't seem like there's something he can't do. My question is, and what we were talking about before the pod started, was how how elite can he be? You know what I mean? And what are the skills that he's going to become elite at in the NBA in terms of what's going to translate? I think that he has great physicality. He has great low post presence. I think he's a great rebounder. And I think for his size and ability, he moves well, and he's a great facilitator. So what I was saying was that I could see him being a baby Jokic, even a baby Sengun, if you will. Just somebody that is a low post hub that can score the ball as well as facilitate out the post. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like the way the Warriors play with Draymond sometimes, where they'll throw the ball to the post and to Draymond, but, you know, realistically, there's someone sending that, you know, down screen up top to come over to that post side, and, you know, Cam got options to throw it to him, hit the slip. Like, I think Cam just needs an offense in a system where the team is bought in terms of the off-ball movement. You know, he's not a guy you play through where it's just giving the ball, get out the way, kind of like with an AJ or a Darren Peterson. So I think the only downside to Memphis picking him potentially at 3 is that you may not see the, like, fruits of the labor of the pick the first year because there's not going to be much talent around him. You know what I mean? So you're going to definitely need to find out.
The first couple years.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So that's my question. So
Memphis is bad.
If you not, I hear what you're saying. Like, he's talented. He's pretty good, right? And we're just talking about Duke.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about Duke, right? In the past couple years, I'm just gonna give you some players, and you tell me if these better than him or not, right?
Okay.
First player that's coming to mind off the rip, Austin Rivers.
Yeah.
He's better than Austin?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Coming out of college?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know what Austin Rivers did. I know who he is. But
Okay. I'm just asking.
Yeah. Though.
So yeah, for Austin. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That was an easy one. So what about? We're not gonna say Tatum. He's not better than Tatum. He's not better than the Zions, the Kyries.
As a college player, you're saying?
I'm going college only.
Well,
the Ingrams.
Yeah. He's not more talented, but he had better careers than all of them, though.
Well, Kyrie only played a game, so you're right.
No, Kyrie's better than him. Kyrie was a better college basketball player than him.
I think everybody named was a better college basketball player than him. Oh, you don't think so?
See, I'm looking up the numbers right now. Just let me look up the numbers. He averaged 22. He averaged 22 and a half, 10 and 4. So because I know what you're saying, and I agree with why you're making. I agree with why you're making this point. But the dude averaged 22 and a half, 10 boards, 4 assists on 55% for the field.
Mm-hmm.
I know Tatum wasn't doing that.
Who's on Tatum's team though?
He had Luke Kennard, Grayson Allen.
Now, who was on Carlos Booth's team? He played with his brother.
Oh, yeah, because he was the guy. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Like,
So, okay.
Like, what do you? I mean, yeah, he's gonna have better numbers than Tatum
He
because
shot
Tatum
39% from 3.
I feel you, 100%. But what does he do? That's college, and I hear you. But in the NBA, all those names I just came out.
Yeah. I know
They came out the gate ready to play. Is he going to come out the gate ready to play? That's the question.
Yes.
Okay.
But what does that look like?
That's what I was about to ask
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, what does that look like? There's a certain scale. It's like when you're in science class and, like...
We're not going team-wise. We're going just individual stats for him.
Okay, here's what I see him averaging next year. I could see him averaging 13 or 14 and 6, 14 and 7.
Okay.
14, 7 and 3. I could see that.
That's worth the third draft pick?
Oh yeah. Why? And a lot of y'all might be like, Chicago Bulls fans, close your ears, but a lot of y'all might be like, yo, why not Caleb Wilson? Like, Caleb Wilson's a better athlete. He got more size. But the reason why, if I'm Memphis, you should take a Cam Boozer over a Caleb Wilson is because Cam Boozer's skills are more polished than Caleb Wilson right now. So you can throw a Cam Boozer in the fire, and he's going to be more able to fight back in terms of a production sense. Where because he knows at the very worst, I could get the matchup I like, set a screen, I can roll or pop. He's shooting 39% from 3. And then I'm also a low post player. And I also have IQ the game. So he knows how to play and he knows how to be comfortable in those situations. Whereas Caleb Wilson, he might just hang his hat on defense a lot this year. You know what I mean? A lot of coaches might be in his head focusing on his defense. He may not have the green light to take certain shots. I think Cam Boozer, they're comfortable with a guy who shoots 55%, 39% from three.
So
Yeah, take the shot.
Does Wilson go 4 though?
Yeah, Wilson's locked in at 4. I think that's probably the pick where I'm like, besides the number 1 pick, that's in the number 2 pick.
That's what you locked in on?
Yeah, I think the Bulls are
4,
definitely
that's the Bulls. And hey, that's not a bad pick for the Bulls though.
at all. That's what this is. That's exactly what they need. A guy like Caleb Wilson. They're a couple years into their rebuild now too.
But if the Grizzlies don't get Boozer, I feel like Boozer will fit perfect with the Bulls.
Listen, Boozer would probably fit better with the Washington Wizards and the Utah Jazz. He would. There's just 2 players better than him in this class for sure.
I don't think but who? Because technically he's a power forward. So what, you gonna have 2 power forwards, him and AD?
No, he would come off the bench over there, but he would also be. But think about
So
it.
you're not a number 1 draft pick then. I'm just glad. I just wanted you to answer the question. That was it.
But you're playing behind 2 number 1 draft picks basically.
Yeah.
Because Alex Sarr would have went number 1 if he didn't tell Atlanta I don't want to be there.
Okay.
So you got to give him some credit. You got to give him some slack. Plus, if you're Washington, you don't mind drafting Cam Boozer because we just talked about AD's injury.
You're right, but that's why we also got a 6'9" KD type of build.
Cam Boozer's 6'8", right?
Cam Boozer's 6'9".
He could play the 3.
He's not a...
He could play the 3. I'm just saying.
His game
he
is
could
not
play the 3.
3-level play, though. Like you said, he's a low post, play out the post type of guy, a pick and roll type of guy. He's not give the ball at the wing, dribble, let me try to get to my shot. He can't do that.
Okay. Nah, I'm not mad at that.
You know what I'm saying?
Let him come off the bench. Let him come off the bench.
You know, I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? He's a very skilled guy. He plays like his dad.
Yeah. Well, good.
His dad was pretty good.
Yeah, he was definitely, and that's what I'm saying. Sometimes the shit's just in the blood. Like
brother's terrible.
Yeah,
but he got he
that's different.
He got the gene. I'm not knocking that. But like I said, for when it comes to AJ, it fits him.
Yeah.
Like it's aligned. Like I feel like that the Washington Wizards, I feel like it's a business. I feel like they knew they was gonna get the number 1 draft pick. Let's go get Trey. Let's go get AD. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to build something. AD don't even play for the year. You just sit out, come back in October, and let's see how we rock out, right? Because that 5, what would it be? Trey Young, who would be the 2?
Bilal Coulibaly.
Okay. Then you got AJ. Then you got AD.
No, Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson and Bilal Coulibaly.
You don't got AJ starting this year?
Oh shit.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm trying to say?
Yo, they're gonna have to trade. They're gonna trade somebody.
Why?
They got too much talent. They got too much young talent. Yo, you can't. Even if you wanted to develop all these guys at this point, they can't. They don't have the minutes to play. You have Trey Johnson, Bilal, and AJ now, and Keyshawn George. You have to trade. You have to trade both of them.
To get who though? That's what I'm trying to say. Then you gonna package that up to get. You gonna have to get something.
A star, like another star. Yo,
that's what I'm saying.
Washington. If you're a Washington fan, you got good problems to have. I'm not even gonna lie. You guys got really good problems to have. Like the Knicks just won the chip. Like anything's looking real possible. You know what I mean? Like, anything's looking real possible. 53-year droughts are ending. If your city hasn't won a championship in a minute, you might be in good hands this next half decade. Because this is.
Let me go to DC. Let me get some blue crab. It's turned.
Right.
I mean, I'm trying to tell you, like, I won't even. If you do trade, you got to get a star, like you said. If you don't trade, right?
Yeah.
You got the 2 people that had an amazing season last year come off the pine. Sorry.
And you just gave the bag to Trey Young, so you're not about to sit here.
And he's gonna be a healthy Trey Young. Y'all didn't even get the healthy Trey Young yet.
A motivated Trey Young too. Ooh. People forget what Trey Young did on that run in 2021. I did not. I did not.
He's definitely great.
I did not.
He's definitely great.
They was comparing him to your boy for a minute, and he was.
I don't know why.
I know why.
The season's over, so
He-
we want to
he-
speak about Luka.
he won.
We could. The season's over.
I'll say this. I'll say this one line. He was being compared to Luka. He was being compared to Luka because Trae Young made it to a conference finals before Luka did. And he did it with some swag.
He was in the East.
All right, yeah.
No,
because we gotta move on. We gotta move on. No, we gotta move on
So
because
saying.
East West
So
all this
saying.
shit. We gotta move on.
Go ahead.
All right. We
Go
gotta
ahead.
move on. Listen, this is the main event right here.
Okay.
The reason why we're recording this episode for real today is because a big trade might happen sooner than later. A big trade might happen sooner than later with a big time player, top 5 in the league, if you will.
Definitely top 5, maybe 4.
2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Giannis Antetokounmpo has been unhappy with the Milwaukee Bucks, as we all have known. Last season for the Bucks, and Giannis was an absolute reality TV show. He's showing up late for the team, bust the team playing. He don't give a shit. He's the leading scorer for the Bucks, leading rebounder, all that stuff. Now we're coming at a crossroads where Giannis's time might be coming to an end. Now, as of recently, from what I heard from Shams, he said that it's between the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. If the Miami Heat were to get Giannis, more than likely that would be a 3-team deal. There's a good chance the Pistons are a part of that as well. They might get Tyler Herro. Milwaukee gets I don't know what Milwaukee would get, if I'm being honest. And Giannis is going to Miami. And then if Giannis goes to the Boston Celtics, more than likely Jaylen Brown will be,
Out of here.
Yeah, out of here on another team. All right? So with that being said, what do you think of where Giannis could go? Where would you want to see him go? Where do you think it makes the most sense? And how do you think that'll affect the rest of the league?
Giannis got to go to Boston.
That's by far their best chance to win. You think that's his best chance to win?
For sure. You want to play with Bam or you going to play with Tatum?
That's a good question. The reason why I feel like it's a tougher question than the average guy would assume is because Bam is such a solid defender, and I know Giannis values defense. And I think that
Great player. I'm not knocking Bam. I think he's an all-star. He's a great player.
yeah. But how we were mentioning how AD and Sar, that combination would be the best defensive front court. Imagine a Giannis and a Bam.
Copy.
Even more, you know what I mean? Like, I could guard the perimeter even more as well as protect the rim. Like, I think a Giannis, he values something like that.
That would be nasty, but just imagine that with Tatum.
I know, right?
Like, and then, but for real, you can do both sides. You play great defense, right?
Yeah.
But offensively, how do you stop that too? Because like I said, Jaylen Brown, he never had a left. He couldn't dribble. He can get you some points. I'm never gonna knock JB. I think he's an amazing player. But now let's move off the JB train, right? And we do a pick and roll with Tatum and Giannis. How do you stop that?
You gotta
And then on top of that, if
Gotta play
Giannis
drop.
going to be motivated to play again, when he's motivated to play, you got to build a wall. You can't build a wall when you got number 0 out there.
You know what it's gonna feel like? And I was young, but you know what it's gonna feel like? And tell me if I'm wrong. You know what it's gonna feel like if Giannis goes to Boston?
Like how the ticket came to Boston.
That's how it's gonna feel.
Like how the ticket came
That's
to
how it's
Boston.
gonna
You
feel.
know what happened when
And
the
Giannis
ticket came
is
to
gonna turn into the
Boston?
defender. The city went up.
We won a chip.
Right away.
First year.
Right away. Didn't KG?
Would've
Did KG
won-
win Defensive Player of the Year that year?
He did. He did, and like I told you
Coming
earlier,
to a city near you.
I like Walsh and all these other wing players that can play.
Yeah.
We don't got no names, but they all can play.
And I know Giannis rocks with that.
They all can play. The bag is there,
They can either shoot or they can guard.
and then you got another demon on the side. You got a legitimate. You got 2 number 1 options. I'm not gonna say option 1, option 2. You got 2 number 1 options.
Well, you got.
If we need a bucket, go ahead, Giannis. Go get us a strong bucket. If we, buzzer beater.
Tatum.
Yeah, at the end.
Tatum's getting that ball. You go crash the boards.
It's still 2 number 1 options because Giannis can still bring the ball up and get you a puck. Because the defense, how do you guard that?
First 3 quarters, Giannis is gonna be a problem.
How do you guard it though?
First 3 quarters, Giannis is gonna be a problem. Yo, you gotta foul me. I'm getting you out of foul trouble. Fourth quarter though,
he's bringing the physicality.
Let me be a screener. Let me be a screener and let me be a defender.
Tatum, and you can breathe. Go ahead, Tatum. Take over.
If Wemby didn't exist, Giannis would win Defensive Player of the Year next year.
Wemby had a great defensive.
I'd be forgetting about Wemby, but
Wemby needs to build. This off season this year just needs to build more muscle, and he needs to get more heart. Where it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Even if I miss or even if I'm taking a couple bad shots, I need to learn my spots.
Yeah.
And I need a go-to move when we need a bucket. I'm 7-4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 7-4.
He needs to have more will. He needs to have more will getting to his spots. I think that he was too, as skilled as he is, he was too comfortable taking that second option, taking that third option. Like, nah, you have to. The plays for you to curl around the corner. How many times they tried to run that down screen, him coming out the corner trying to get on the block.
Like that last game.
He couldn't get the advantage on Brunson.
That last game was all Harper.
Yeah.
With no fear.
Yeah.
I'm coming at all you.
What a way to end the season.
With no fear. And I like that young man. He's promising. But like we said about Celtics, well, what does it look like in Miami, though? That's what I'm saying. Offensively, what is it going to look like?
I think that offensively, there's definitely a lot more questions in comparison to Boston. I think that because, like I said, Tyler Herro's more than likely going to have to be given up. Now, maybe Norman Powell stays. Maybe Norman Powell gets shipped to Milwaukee. But you know what I mean? It's very interesting. They got guys like Wiggins. They have similar guys like Boston where they have, defensive-minded 6'8" wing guys that can stretch the floor, a Jaime Jaquez who can attack the basket. But I think that there's definitely a lot more questions in terms of that closer position. And maybe Giannis is this is another reason why I could see Giannis liking Miami more, because those questions on offense, Giannis, I probably feel like he feels like he could answer a lot of those questions where y'all don't know who y'all gonna give the ball to? Well, give it to me. You know what I mean? Because a guy like Giannis, all he needs is guys that can shoot the ball. He don't need necessarily guys that can put the ball on the floor because of his playmaking ability, his ball handling ability, that he's grown tremendously since he's been in the league. But I think that, there's definitely more questions on offense, especially from the fact that we don't know how much they got to give up. Like, we have a guy like Jaylen Brown where, $300 million, the money gonna match up pretty smoothly. And Jaylen Brown's also young enough where he's younger than Giannis, so Milwaukee has all the reason to take a guy like him and build around him. Whereas Miami, they don't have a JB they're willing to give up, so they're gonna have to kind of really see what Milwaukee's looking for, or whoever that third team's looking for, and really match up with need. So I think that Miami might stretch himself more thin to get Giannis, but they're probably more willing to do that too. But I definitely think there's more questions to Giannis going to Miami. But I think having a Bam and Giannis, on paper it may not sound as enticing, but there's just something about the schemes I'm thinking of and just how they'll be able to help each other out defensively that you don't really have to worry about them too much. You know what I mean? A Bam and Giannis, I can facing them in a regular season. You're oh man, this don't feel like a.
It's gonna be tough.
You know what I mean? It's gonna feel like a playoff game. You know what I mean? But
when playoffs do come, when the game slow down,
gotta be able to score.
And it goes by possessions, and y'all don't got good spacing. It just looks nasty.
Yeah, Bam got to step up as a scorer too. The dude scored 83 this year.
He did. He did.
Hey,
I ain't knocking it. 83 is 83.
Bam, you scored 83. You finished the season averaging 20. If you can get that up to 22, 23, with the Giannis by your side, okay, maybe we can figure this shit out. But a lot of questions.
I feel like when it comes to Boston, every question is answered. You don't have to fight with JT and Jalen.
Yeah, it's not a question.
Now it's Jalen, go ahead. You feel like you're number one option.
Yeah.
You can go to Milwaukee and try to lead Milwaukee to, I'm not going to say a championship, but at least to the playoffs and see what you can do over there. You can grow over there. And, we picked our guy. We're going to keep Tatum. He's also 6'10". He can put the ball on the floor.
Yeah.
And he can play defense. And like I'm saying, another Duke guy, by the way.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And he's also young. And when it comes to playoffs, like I said, I'm not worrying about regular season. But playoffs, we was missing an inside presence.
Yeah, heavily.
We was missing an inside presence. We got that inside presence with Giannis. The league need to watch out. Because how do you stop and how do you stop number 0 on whatever number the Greek Freak is going to be? Because it can't be 34.
Can't be.
That's Paul Pierce.
Can't be.
Double P. The truth. It's
Maybe
in the
like
banners.
18 or something.
It's in the
43
banners already.
43, flip the numbers. Oh, yeah, 18's taken, bro. Flip the numbers, 43.
Whatever number.
You don't remember Perk?
It's going to look... First of all, Perk did a great job playing the 5 defensively.
He did. Part of that championship team, too, facts.
And this is the thing for you young guys out there, because everybody thinks it's about buckets. It's not always about buckets. People need to play their role. I think Perk played an amazing job in his role, just like a James Posey, just like a Eddie House coming off the bench, just like a Glenn Baby. Like everybody played. They also a rookie.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Big Baby. Shout out Big Baby.
Yeah.
You remember?
I'm just naming some people, but it's like
That was a
anybody,
squad, yeah.
just like the Warriors. Like, oh, that's a dream team. But look, Klay Thompson got old. He's boo-boo juice, right? Draymond Green's been the same player.
Facts.
Tell me what he's doing without no talent.
Been the same play. That's a fact. On both ends.
Just play defense. He's just getting 6 points. He's not really doing much.
Yeah.
Now they talking about, oh, LeBron. They might try to get LeBron. They might try to get Kawhi. Yeah, it sounds good on paper, but they're old still.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, what could they do?
82 game season is a long time. It's a long time.
I feel like Steph Curry should go. I feel like Steph should go to the East.
Because it's easier? Because it's easier.
I'm not gonna say because it's easier. I just feel like
someone's gonna let me in.
I feel like he should play. I feel like Steph should go over there with Cade.
Ooh. Okay, so if you're Detroit, would you rather have Kawhi, Devin Booker, or Steph?
On the offense, I feel like Detroit plays good enough defense. I feel like they lost in the playoffs because they didn't have no offense efficiency. So I'm gonna go Steph. I'm sorry. I like Kawhi. I know D-Book's your guy. I know D-Book is your guy, but come on. He doesn't show up in the big games.
All right.
You're a numbers guy. I mean, we could always save this to the next podcast. You can pull it up.
I just didn't like that last sentence. He doesn't show up in the big games. I don't believe that. I don't know where you're getting that from, but that was just a hypothetical. So I'm not gonna die on this hill. One of the last things before we get out of here. Where's Ja Morant going to?
You already know where I told him to go to.
Can you tell them though?
Okay, it might sound crazy. I want Ja Morant to come to Boston. Hear me though. He comes to Boston. The city's not. Let's say he goes to Miami. What's the difference from Miami and Memphis? He's gonna just do the same nuts. Go crazy.
Yeah. Be
in the clubs. Do what you gotta do. You go to Boston. You stay stern. Do what you gotta do. I'm not saying give Ja Morant the max contract. Let's get Ja Morant a year. Let's get his career back going on. Yeah. You can just rent him for a little bit. Hey, let's come over here for a year. Get it done. Then go get your $300 million from someone. Ja Morant's only 27.
And you're willing to give up Derek White, you said?
Yes. Why is Derek White what has he done lately?
Not much.
That's all I'm saying. We can't go based off what he's done, like in the chip, and there was 2 years to tip in from my. Yes, he did his due diligence. Love him. Good job. He brought us a championship. Mm-hmm. But what has he done now?
He's first team all defense.
Yeah.
So he's a guy that plugs in a lot of holes on defense that you may overlook.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's not that Derek White's untouchable. For me, it's just when you're talking about giving up a guy like Derek White,
You want a defensive player.
yeah.
Or a two-way.
Yeah.
Let's say a two-way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't miss too much of the Derek White offense, like, especially after last season. Like,
He took a lot of threes, bro.
Yeah, like, I'm sure a lot of people are okay without seeing him chuck and miss like that, shoot 32% from the three-point line. But it's just when you compare a Ja to Derek White, and even if you said just trade one for the other, even though the money don't match up, trade one and a couple role players, we get Ja, cool. Everything that Derek White did, you put Ja in that position, he's not going to be nearly as successful. You would have to change the way we play, and I don't think that it makes sense
to do that.
Yeah, with a JT, and JT's already a good enough ball handler. Like, Derek White fixed it perfectly because he don't need the ball to be great. He could just catch and shoot, play off the catch, and he guards, he blocks, he steals. You
think John needs the Rock to be great?
I know he needs the Rock to be great because I haven't seen him do anything otherwise. He don't know nothing else otherwise. And
he's never been in a system like that, though.
Well, he's one of those guys where he has been the system. So you can't. It's tough to look at Ja and be like, well, wait till he gets in the system. Well, since we've known him since Murray State, it's been him.
And who else? Can you even name a player on Murray State?
Nah, hell no.
My point exactly. Then when he went to Memphis, they had a little system. They had the Baines, they had the Brooks.
They had shooters around him.
Yeah, which was good. But and it was in the West. They third seed.
They didn't make it far. They weren't serious. Yo,
that's what I'm saying.
You guys, they weren't serious. No, but come on, they weren't serious, man.
They lost to the Warriors.
Yes, they lost to the champs, but nobody thought they had a chance.
They took them to what, 6, 7, 6?
They took them to 6, but okay, even the next year, you're losing a 40-year-old Braun.
They did.
You know what I mean? Like that. Maybe not so much that year, but the next year you lose to the Lakers in the first round.
They did.
Everyone's looking at you.
They was done after that.
You was never looked at the same. You wasn't taken seriously, and then of course they started blowing it up the next year after that.
But now dig this though, Keenan. Let's say hypothetically,
and it's been downhill for Ja since.
Okay, let's hypothetically. He's playing with a Giannis and a JT.
Mountains would have to be moved though for him to even get.
I understand. I'm just saying hypothetically though.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic.
That's a
what
lot
if he
of
goes
non-shooters.
to Miami?
That's a lot of non-shooters. How do you think JT's gonna feel when he gets the ball if you got Giannis on the dunker spot and you got Ja on the opposite wing?
He just can't hit.
He can hit the three, but
he's not consistent.
You know what I'm saying?
He can knock it down.
His guys aren't confident when they give him the ball.
Okay.
It's one of those things. Like, the defense is happy. The offense is the one worried. It should be the other way around. You get what I'm saying? Ja gives that feeling off the ball.
But he also can drive and kick, though.
Oh, yeah, and that's the part that his explosiveness is the part that's even making me consider it. But I just think Boston as an organization, they're not.
It's over.
They're not in the business of taking risks like that. You know, I think that.
But Ja to Miami, though. Or Ja to. He's going somewhere.
Ja to Sacramento, man.
No.
Yo, Ja to New Orleans, man.
I would love to see that. And I don't think he's going there either. I really think that Ja might go to Orlando.
What about Ja to Minnesota?
Him and Ant?
I feel like that's what you should have said. You should have said
him and Ant. They're the same player though.
No. They're not though.
How ain't they? Ant plays a little bit
Ja's
more
never
defense.
been to a conference finals.
This is actually okay. Once again, this is team
Ant's
things.
a basketball player. Though. Like Ant's more than an athlete. Like Ant has the skill behind the.
I feel like you're knocking Ja, bro.
I'm not. I'm just
like
being
you're really
realistic,
knocking 12,
man.
bro.
I'm not. You know what it is? If I really seen him play basketball this year and last year,
you would have a different take.
But it's like the past 2 years, it's like
he's been on the bench.
But for
off court dumb shit.
But not for like a torn ACL or like a.
But that's what I'm saying. He needs to find a city where he can be tamed. That's all I'm saying. And then if he can just worry about basketball and just play basketball, Ja Morant's as good as the best of them out here. And I feel like his
Orlando.
name, that's what I said, the Magic. Him and Paolo, that's good. He can't play with another guard.
That's a lot of non-shooters, but
Hey, man, the Spurs went to the chip non-shooting.
that's what I'm saying.
It's
It is a new age. It is
It's
a new age in the
possible.
NBA now. I'm telling you, it's a new age in the NBA now.
It's possible.
Get John the
Even
East.
Knicks, they really wasn't a good shooting team. They had Brunson, he can shoot.
Yeah, and I think they were just good with their spacing, which made them seem like they could shoot, but
He
their
really
spacing was
wasn't
just
a great
unlocked.
shooter, so that shooting thing, it doesn't. Can you? If Ja goes to the Magic,
Mm-hmm.
do they automatically boost up? And they lose a Suggs. Who else would they lose? I don't know, but just pairing him back up with Bane. You got the Paulo, whoever the three guards over there.
I think that's what, because
That won't be a bad team.
Utah don't really need another guard with them about to draft Darren Peterson, but I think Ja could really use a. That's why I was saying Phoenix
Utah.
too. That's why I was saying Phoenix too, because I feel like Ja could use a reunion with the Bane, Jackson, or Brooks. One of those guys where, hey, when I was in my groove,
I was one of them.
you know what I mean? Even if it's like a coaching staff that like maybe wasn't a head coach, but like I was on the bench and I seen you during those days. Like he needs to go to one of those organizations where a team really believes in him. You know what I mean? The reason why I'm so pessimistic on Boston and stuff like that, because a team like Boston, they're not gonna believe in Ja. They're just gonna expect him to come in and do his job. When I think Ja kind of needs that, like he needs that support. He needs whatever team that come gets him. He needs like a little highlight reel of who he was and like, yo, we want you to come in and be the guy you always were. It would be tough, in my opinion, for Ja to go to a team that has a JT and a Giannis too and think that, yo, Ja, be Ja. It's like, nah, he's gonna feel like he's stepping on toes. Whereas he could go to Phoenix and okay, yeah, you're playing with Book, but Book's gonna be the first guy to tell you, yo, you're our point guard. Like we're putting the ball in your hands and you just help us be great. Same thing with Orlando.
So where does Jalen Green go though?
Jalen Green could go to Memphis. Jalen Green could go anywhere he wants to score 20 points. That's the thing. Like if you're a player that can get 20,
I don't think he can get that no more.
yeah, for sure. I mean, think about it.
I'm trying to.
Get him to the Clippers. Get him to somewhere like whoever wants him, whoever believes in him a little bit. Miami. Go to Miami.
I think it's done. I think he's clipped. Bro.
Go to Miami. Go to
I feel like
Shit,
Devin
go back
Booker.
to Houston.
I think Devin Booker and Ant-Man should give Minnesota and Phoenix. They give him one more year. I feel like Devin Booker should leave now, personally, if he wants to win something. Phoenix is not a, hey, you got him near to the chip.
Yeah.
Hey, you did that, my boy. It's time to go.
He just changed his number though.
What does that mean?
He's trying to start a new legacy now. He's halfway through his career. He's not.
That's what I'm saying.
He's just getting started. He feels like he got 10 more years left in the tank.
How old is he?
He just turned 30.
And I think his
Just turned
draft.
30.
I think his draft. He was the steal of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that. Yeah. So I think his next 5 to 6 years, I think he should play for a different team, a competitive team, a team that can compete. Nowadays, that's the wave, right? Because if you can't get people to come to come play with me, then listen, let me go somewhere else. Let me go to a Detroit and let me play with a kid. That would work too. 2 big guards.
That's why I was asking you, but you didn't.
2 big guards. I mean,
put him last on the list.
I didn't. I said step. I just said offensively. I feel like they need a step. I think Devin
If you're Detroit,
Booker.
you're taking Kawhi or Devin Booker?
I'm taking Book.
Okay. So you put him second. You took Steph over him, though. Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking Steph.
Okay.
10 times I'm taking Steph over Devin Booker.
Even at his age now?
Yes.
Really? Okay. Okay. You don't think the whole system has to change?
Hold on. You're taking D Book over Steph? Like, realistically.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's your guy, bro. You can't, like, we got to be realistic, though.
I am. Because think about it, bro.
I'm trying. Go ahead. I want to hear what you about to say.
You put Steph on Detroit, their whole system changes. Like Kate can't do what he does
Why can't he?
because he's playing like.
Steph Curry, he can play great off ball.
Okay.
You acting like he can't play great off ball.
You think think Steph takes away from the identity of Detroit a little more compared to Book. I think Book can kind of more so fit in and like, because think about it. Aren't you looking at it from a perspective of, okay, regardless of who we get, Cade is still our number one guy?
Yes.
I feel like Steph would just cloud that.
Why? They know he's not the number one guy. But he still can shoot the ball.
I think
you put Steph on this Detroit team right now in the playoffs.
They're winning the championship.
They beat everybody they played. They definitely beat Cleveland.
They smoked Cleveland.
Nobody gave Cade 20.
They sweep Cleveland.
Nobody gave Cade 20.
Cade. Okay.
And then you say he's not a guy. Which is crazy to me.
That was a lot of turnovers, bro.
Oh my!
He's that guy though. A lot of turnovers. But
he has to make up for it. And I get that part. He's got to get better at turning the ball over. But at the same token, Keenan, that's why I just put it in basketball terms. Just at the tournament, you got to put up 40 and you got to play defense.
Word.
And you got to do that 82 games.
Yeah.
Let's say, Kev, everybody else picking up, but in the playoffs, Kev, you had a donut?
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
Yo, bro, you had a donut?
Yeah.
Oh, I had 40?
And that's what you got to work with, yeah. I know what you mean,
and I'm only losing by 1?
Yes. Cade is a guy.
That's crazy.
I think that Steph's not going nowhere.
He's not, but I would want him to go somewhere. Or reunite with KD. KD needs a number one.
I think the Warriors are. Ooh, that's what I was saying. If Steph is going anywhere,
Houston.
But I think that the Warriors are doing everything in their power to get LeBron and Kawhi.
To do what though? That's what I'm saying. Like
compete. Compete. Yeah, that's all they want. Yo, I'm telling you, that's all Steph want to do. That's all LeBron want to do. Just let me compete. Just give me a team good enough to make the playoffs.
Got it, dog.
Cool. Which one? LeBron?
You don't got it.
But with a Steph, that rejuvenates a guy like him. That gets him going.
Steph
that gives him a little adrenaline.
Good for a 42-year-old, but he ain't good enough for a 20-something-year-old.
Who's a 20-something-year-old? Oh,
okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Anybody who gets Steph is a lucky person.
Because LeBron and Steph are on the same accord of like, bro, Cade be out there trying to get 30. Like, Cade be out there trying to get 40. Like,
he's gonna get it. You gotta wait.
Now with Steph on the team.
Yo, bro, you gotta wait your turn.
Now with Steph on the team.
It's over.
Like
Steph's 36, right? 35?
Cade, yeah. Steph is 36. He's gonna be 37 next year.
Come on, it's
Cade
over,
not trying to.
But he still can shoot the rock.
It's like he don't want to participate in the retirement tour. And I'm not saying that Steph is retiring, but you know what I mean. Like, there's gonna be that. There. You know what I mean? Like, super hypothetical, of course, but like it's gonna feel like, okay, Steph is here. I gotta make sure he's still Steph. Like, he's gonna be so worried about that. Cade's not gonna be able to develop like he's supposed to. You know what I mean? Like,
so hypothetically, right? What if Braun and Kawhi goes to the Warriors? So the lineup will be
top 6 seed.
The lineup will be Steph. Don't know the 2 because Jimmy Butler's going to be gone. So don't know the 2.
Plug anybody.
Then you got Braun.
Anybody. Bronny can play the 2.
Okay. Yeah.
You know Bronny's coming with him.
Bronny.
Nah, I'm kidding. But nah, for real, anyone can play the 2.
In the league. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it like they don't even got Bates in the league.
Yeah.
That young undersized power forward.
Yeah. But this new draft class, I don't know.
It's like, yo, bro, I don't get how forget it. That's here.
With this new draft class, we'll see. He got to make it through training camp this year, but we'll see.
He needs to get cut. He's gonna play until LeBron retires.
Yeah.
Once LeBron retires, that's when.
Yeah. He's gonna expand, get a new team, and sign Bronny again. But
he's gonna have to.
I mean, Steph, whoever you want at the 2, Kawhi, Braun, and a guy like Porzingis.
Yeah, you forgot about Draymond though.
Oh, that's the lineup then. Kawhi's playing the 2.
There you go. Kawhi's
playing the 2. LeBron,
Steph, Kawhi, Braun, Green, Porzingis. That would be a 5.
That's a playable lineup.
Okay.
That's a dangerous lineup.
Dangerous is crazy.
Yes. When they got their adrenaline?
There's a lot of like that's what I'm saying. Like, what do we talk like?
No, it's a lot. No, it's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of moving parts. Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying.
It's a lot of. I mean,
They're gonna sacrifice a lot of battles to win the war.
Okay.
And that's what the season's gonna be about. But they understand, like, yo, this is the last hurrah. Like,
they have to understand.
Like, Bron's
that.
42.
Yeah, he has to. He has to retire like that.
We're not looking.
But
at
if
this,
he goes out like that, let's say he
Bron's
goes out and
fun.
win. Yeah, he's trying to win.
Like,
He wants to get 5.
Let me assist Steph as much as I can before I get out of here.
He has to get 5.
No, that's out the window, brother. It's out the window.
If with that team,
with his career of getting 5.
But if he plays with the Warriors with that 5, that's not out the window.
He's not winning the championship
with that 5. What 5 is better than that though?
OKC.
Respectfully,
OKC.
I like OKC. I do like OKC, but Shea.
You think they got the energy for Wemby? You think they got the energy for Wemby?
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, I mean, Porzingis is that high.
I'm telling you, they just want to compete. Let them compete. That's it.
What's competing looking like? Make playoffs?
Not watching Luka, not having to watch Luka in the corner do his thing, feeling like he's still the guy, but he's surrounded by stars his age, so like he could get carried by them too. That's all I'm saying. Because Brown don't like being the third option. He don't like the thought of that. He's cool playing the role, but he don't like the thought of that.
What team that he's going to go to is going to be the first 2 options?
The Warriors. Because now the Warriors have that style of, hey, Draymond, you're the hub. Steph, you're playing off ball. So now...
And if Kawhi comes?
Kawhi, you're our savior. You're like our KD. Like,
he's the second option. So at the end of the day,
yes,
you're going to play the third option, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. No matter what you look at.
Look at this. Check this out. Steph is the first option. Kawhi's the second option. But LeBron's the primary ball handler.
That's fine.
And that's what Bron cares about.
Then you can do
like,
that.
let me be first in something. Like, that's what he wants to do. That's how he wants to go out. Like,
if that does happen, I got Warriors going back to the chip.
Really? Over Shea? Because you got to think about those guys can't guard.
One time. Okay. And I respect them. I understand.
Shea's not going nowhere.
I understand. I don't think he is. I don't think. So you saying Shea runs the West?
Yes. The West runs through Shea.
Since when?
Since
2 years ago?
2024.
It's 2026 now.
Yeah. And they're
they ran the West. He ran the West this year?
The field is 2-1. The field is 2-1 against Shea. Shea's 1-2.
Oh, all right.
So if he loses this year, it's not his West no more.
Then who would it be?
Depends who wins. But like if the Spurs win, it's Wemby's West for sure.
If he wins the chip, or if he wins the West,
if he makes it out the West again, like if he just makes the finals next year, he runs the West.
Hold on, who made it to the chip 2024?
Those guys, the Mavs.
Oh.
It's been a minute though. That's a long time ago. Oh. Hey, that's a long time ago. That's a long time ago.
It's been 2 years.
That's a long time ago.
It's been 2 years. I'm just saying. So in 2024, who ran the West? Luka?
The Thunder ran the West.
Who they lose to?
The Mavs. But that's what I'm saying. They ran the West until Dallas beat them, and then Dallas had it, and then
no Kyrie. There was no Kyrie. If we would have got a little bit of Kyrie in Boston, we would have been all right.
Oh, in the finals. No, yeah. But, okay, they lose. And then the next year.
They trade my man.
No, but Shea and them, you know what I mean?
They trade my man. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of moving pieces. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of moving pieces, bro.
Yo,
so I don't understand.
I'm
just saying. They traded my man.
Yo, we're about to get out of here right now.
I'm sorry, but am I lying?
Yo, no, they did trade your man.
All right.
They did trade your man.
They did my man dirty.
Okay, but
there's no okay after that. They trade my man, and then they did my man dirty. He stays on their team.
Yo, free the guys, man.
That's crazy,
free the guys, man.
Bro.
This is.
Luka's coming for revenge this year. I'm trying to tell y'all. Wow.
Yo, Luka, 2027 MVP. We both had that, but we
should have won MVP this year. We looked at the numbers.
We looked at the games played too.
Okay, all right, but we looked at the All right, Shea played more games than Luka and still didn't average nothing more than him.
Okay, they won more games with more injuries. And that's all I'll say. And your boy got injured at the end. He couldn't even stand up to take his award if he got it. Okay, so
I'll let y'all next time, dog. That's crazy.
Salute, like, subscribe, comment. Hope you enjoyed this one. Yes, sir.
My God. I was 333.
Feel me?